Oh geez. Oh, the camera's fucked up immediately. We're off at a bad start. Honestly, we're off at a terrible start. Because I started streaming and then I somehow like shorted out my interface and had to reset everything and restart my computer. And now this is actually attempt number 2 at live streaming. So hopefully this goes smoothly. Okay, so in today's live stream, I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different. And that is I want to do some like song analysis, reconstruction, transcribing kind of thing. It's a great exercise to just do in general, and I don't know, I feel like that could be a cool. I think like 1, it would be educational, probably. 2, I think it. Well, I mean, you learn so much, like so. It's educational not just for the viewers, but also for myself, because I'm like analyzing music and figuring out new tools and whatnot. And then also I could just practice sound design and whatnot. And then thirdly, you know, it can inspire new music in of itself. So that is good. So the song I want to analyze, I think we're gonna do the song by Zonra. From his album called The Folded Road. It's a really good album. I recommend it. 10 out of 10. Anyways, the song it's really there's a lot of interesting shit going on rhythmically, and a lot of cool sound design stuff that we can analyze. So let's just take a listen for now. And let's set this to so there's like immediately I can tell that there's there's like really high end percussion that's going like takita taka taka takita taka taka, right? Or takita takita taka, right? So it's 3 3 2 and then it resets. Takita taka taka. And that's like pretty much. I mean, there's like bubbles and stuff going on the sides, so I don't know. We can immediately start trying to just get the vibe down. I'm just gonna use some like samples and stuff like that I already have. Right? We have like this thing, and then we can make it quantized to begin with, and then it's pan to the right. But it also no, it isn't quite that. It's actually chords. It's notes. So fuck it, we'll use that. Use this. So there's just this very basic kind of pattern going with these instruments, right? Like this. And that's just repeating over and over and over and over and over again. And then there's we'll start recreating some other sounds. Now, of course, this is all like heavily filtered and stuff, so it might be better to just like make the drop first. Well, what note is that? It's just C. Right? And then it's like, and then it's a wub, so we have an envelope opening up on it. So right. What's up, Jonathan? I mean, it sounds kind of like vocoded, but you know, again, we might figure that out later. So I think we want the I think we might want maybe a high pass filter or something, or like a band pass filter. I think the filter would behave differently. And then this guy goes. So what we're doing right now is we're taking this song. This is our song by Zonra, and we're gonna try to reconstruct it, right? So we have this very basic like takita takita taka pattern. And then what's really interesting is you think that this is the downbeat, but it's not. This is actually the downbeat. It's this actually a little empty space here. So we're getting fucked with, right? So in actuality, we want to shift this whole entire thing over by a beat, right? So like you'll see right here, right? Listen to the song. So like this note that is actually happening right before. So in the entire build-up loop, we have the idea that the downbeat of the song is, you know, whenever that note is played. But that's a lie. It actually happens. It's occurring right before. At least when we introduce the drums later. So there's kind of this like surprise thing happening, right? So in actuality, we can take whatever. What is the distance there? Just this distance, I think. And we'll just take whatever that is, and we'll move the whole song over just a little bit, right? And then let's take a kick drum, right? Just any kick drum. And we have this. So right, okay, so then we have snare, obviously, so there's a big snare. So essentially, this whole entire takita takita taka pattern, this like group of 2 3s and then a 2, is actually being shifted over, and our downbeat is this little spot here. So this is actually our little drum loop, right? Let's get a snare of some sort, right? This is just a temporary snare. Like that. Right, it's pretty weird. Let's get better snares. I think I can probably, I have snares I can like decently recreate that. Put these like here and here or something. That was in the wrong spot. Right. So that's basically what the drums are doing. Let's put this thing in the actual drum group, right? Let's actually start organizing this because this is going to get crazy in a second. But yeah, this is why I found the song interesting. I wanted to analyze it. Because we have just like weird ass patterns and stuff going on where your expectation of where the downbeat is not where it actually is. And then we'll put those in there, right? So now we have. And then where else is the kick appear? Right. Okay. The kicks are on pretty predictable locations. Yeah, okay, so the kick and snare relationship, extremely simple, but what's interesting is how they are positioned relative to the rest of the instruments, right? There's also this like really high frequency kind of clicky thing. What's up, Lucas? Welcome. It's kind of swung. I don't know, let's grab a click. Yeah, fuck it. There we go, why not? So, I mean, it sounds like it's basically positioned in like 16th notes, right? But some of them are, it's very dynamic. So we could take these. Make them something like that. And then let's get a dynamics generator, which is just a bunch of auto pans that are working together to make things really dynamic. It's just like falling apart and coming back together really quickly. Something like that, right? And there's a bunch of glitches and stuff like that also happening, but we'll not worry about the glitches and stuff for the moment. Let's figure out melodically what's going on. So again, what used to be what we thought was a downbeat. So that's our tonic, whatever this is, which is G, right? It's a fifth or a sixth, I think. Either way, it occurs right before the downbeat. And then this is also delayed a little bit. Even more than that. And then that's positioned here. Okay, I see. So there's a bunch of sixths here. Okay, that's like the main thing. So we have this like major third descending down. And then that just kind of repeats. That's also positioned right there. Is that note? No, I don't think so. Yeah. And then obviously there's an auto filter filtering the shit out of this thing, right? So we can try to like recreate that sound. Right. Let's make this more like that. That's definitely not the note. Yeah, okay. That's the best one. And then that gets delayed out a bit. And then there's a bass line also doing other shit going on, right? So the bass line, how is that reacting? Right? Oh my lord. I think that's literally it. And then we'll make this guy lower. So these are like spaced out. And then that's doing that at the end of every phrase, right? Okay. I think that's what's going on with the bass. Okay, so there's multiple elements actually. I was grouping multiple basses together. So like we can, oh man, this is way more complex than I mean, of course, I knew it was really complex, but there's just a lot of different instruments pocketing and working together, right? So we have the big chunky bass, right? That's these guys. So that's what the chunky bass is doing, right? And we can try to make this a little bit better. It's definitely saw wave. And then this filter. that bit's kind of crazy. Okay, so that's kind of nuts. That's some. Is that really that? Right, so that's basically. Some shit like that. It's kind of crazy. Except it changes there. It doesn't just loop. And then this one, we drop that. So harmonically, what can we say about what the fuck's going on? I mean, I think it's in G major, right? And we're playing. I don't know. I mean, it's mostly just melodic stuff. I'm trying to think about like what kind of chords this is all making up here. If we get rid of all of this. Yeah, wait. When I'm highlighting these all together, these should all be in the same thing, right? So this is a bass. We can make it red. And then there's this other, I don't know, we'll make this one purple. Then this is like that, something like that. Right? Except now I fucked something else up. Okay, and then this is like a legato thing. So we want to like further figure out what the fuck's going on here. Let's make you one voice. How do we do pitch bend and legato on operator? I turn on you. I'm just gonna go to wavetable because it'll be easier, frankly. Poly, mono. Right. And then, I don't know, we can describe like a formant filter, because frankly it sounds like a formant, right? And it's lower. So this little bit is the same each time. And then there's like bits in this little section here that is changing. And I'm trying to like distinguish between just like the crazy glitches and stuff. There's like shit reacting to the snares and there's like all sorts of... And we know we have like this kind of like formant filter kind of pattern is doing something like that. We'll just duplicate this each time. Then this whole pattern is going up over time, right? Now let's think about the sub bass. So sub bass is pretty straightforward. I mean, we can just use the hip hop sub and then layer it with like an operator, but like here, let's like analyze this real quick. Interesting. So it's just playing A the whole time, and A is what? A single step above G. So it's not droning the root. So let's see, we got this thing. And then let's look at this. Okay, so the sub is following this guy. No, this guy. Except I think I'm off a little bit. Some shit like that, and then we can add an FM layer just to add some harmonics to the bass, right? This guy has like a big release. We'll also make this monophonic. We want to FM it. Right? We also have, I mean, we can start thinking about the other effects that are going on. I got bots in the chat. I hate it here. I hate it here. Get out. Bots, get out of here. We don't want you. Thank you. Let's also think about the effects and stuff that are going on. So there's a lot of like Foley with what sounds like a granular kind of chopping thing going on. So we can just grab, I don't know, Foley. Some shit like that. Let's grab all this. Yeah, just like this thing here, and let's drag it out a bunch. And then something like that. And then give it some like reverb and healthy amount of delay. And then furthermore, we need to filter it a little bit. I'm thinking because like it's filtering in the kind of a dynamic way, but it's also panning around. So we can just use like an auto filter probably, and then out to phase it, except make it go way slower. Right? And then we can also hit this guy with like a flat line right beforehand. And then we'll make, I don't know, the whole thing get quieter. There's also a delay on it as well, I think, and the delay is just ringing out. And then let's lower the width a little. And then what else do we got? There's like ocean waves or something that sounds like that. So like, let's just create like ocean waves, just white noise. There's just this constant layer of white noise that's being filtered around, all crazy, right? So we take this, we just do that. And then what would be the best way to do this? I guess we can just use more auto filters. Maybe put the on a bandpass. Get some really slow movement. All right, so we have like that kind of element going. In this, it's not just waves, it's obviously like a ambient recording of like a crowd of people talking or something. You can hear vocals. What's the word for that? Where you just like post up a microphone somewhere and you just let it run and then you call it an album. Fuck it, right? So let's just... That's not gonna fit. Fuck it. Television crowd. And we'll put this in this group, so it's not just on white noise, it's also on whatever that is. We'll just duplicate that. Right, so like that's just like a cool atmospheric background thing, you know? Like not a bad idea. You can steal in other songs. Yeah, just different crowd sounds. You can hear like a woman speaking. It's all getting panned around in a weird way. So like, again, I mean, this would be a great thing to use binaural stuff for. So you can use like a binaural panning device or something maybe. And then binaural dude, we can let's just take a spell book, frankly. I'm just gonna have the spell book move the left and right pan and the front back pan, and we'll just have this on the binaural mode. Mi sol bass sol. So this thing is an octave lower. Our main synth that we're copying. Yeah. Right, some shit like that. Okay, I'd say we can just say that we've probably done enough. Well, I don't know. Let's get here. There's a riser, obviously. So we got that is terrible. Give me just white noise. White noise. Thank you. Please. Please. So at this point, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of new shit added. For the most part, I think we keep all the previous layers because this song is a very progressive song that it just keeps adding layers over and over again. Oh, no, this goes like this, right? So a lot of really cool glitching and stuff added. I think the only thing that's really added in this section is the synth, or maybe the percussion changes. Yes, okay, we do get more glitchy things added in this section. So wait, listen again. Okay, it's like high-end percussion. It's like kind of silent for a second. It's like tuck 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 tuck. It's like coming in and then fading and then coming in and fading, and it has a lot of delay on it with a high feedback and a short delay time. So let's just grab I don't know, fuck it, this television crowd sample. Let's just take something and glitch it, because clearly the song is made with a bunch of glitches, right? We're not going to be able to recreate everything, because it's dependent on what the sample source is that you're recreating. But we can like do this, and then let's redux it to make it less tonal and more noisy. And then delay. Let's also get a shifter. I'm gonna ring mod it as well. I just want it to not sound like fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks, because we're working with voices to begin with, right? Right. So then what do we have here? Right. And this thing is mostly high frequency stuff, honestly. Maybe I just use erosion. Erosion probably would have just gotten the job done much better. Yeah. Cool. And then again, there's a lot of dynamics to it. There's a lot of dynamics. So I want to say we can just do something like this. Right, that's just like that added little percussion layer. Come to think of it, it's definitely not that. It comes from, it's literally like hi-hats that are like glitched and stuff. So we can also like just take, I don't know, a bunch of hi-hats. Right, let's take all of these hi-hats and then, you know, put them in decent-ish, not that one, decent-ish spots. And then just duplicate this over and over again. Except some of these are terrible. Just duplicate that over. And then we can put like some of the same, honestly, the same processing on that. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Right, so just like, I don't know, glitchy, high-end, erosion-y, I don't know, kind of fucked up stuff with delays on it. So I guess like short delays in percussion is a pretty cool way to achieve, I don't know, like a glitched, kind of drippy, psychedelic drum sound. Like Land Switcher does that a lot, I feel like. Okay, now let's try to recreate this thing. I mean, again, I think almost all the shit you could just do with saw waves, right? This is mostly a song about composition, not really crazy sound design. I mean, I don't know exactly how he did everything, of course, but... you. Right, so this is your minor, this is your major 7. It's like right before the tonic. This is your tonic here. So I guess, again, none of these are really spelling out chords that I can tell. It's just a really melodic song, really driven. I mean, maybe when it's like layered with other stuff, we're making cool chords, right? I mean, there's a fifth here, and then this is a what, F sharp to A. It's a major third. I mean, yeah, it's like following kind of counterpoint principles the whole time, right? I mean, this is a minor six. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I think that's an E, actually. I mean, that's the contour. I'm not getting the notes right. There's a lot of shit happening at the same time. Da, da, da. So it's like a high note, and then da da da. It's a there's a swung thing here. Something like that. I think that's pretty close. Yeah, I think that's decent. Let's add harmonics. So we're just using a saw wave or a sine wave, and it's really easy when using a sine wave to convince yourself you're playing the same note because it's like consonant with anything. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's for sure it. Cool. There's like, yeah, there's like glitching and stuff. No? Yeah, I keep finding this A keeps coming back, and it feels really dominant. It's like the major second in the scale, which, I don't know, is interesting to me how much dominance it has when it's playing. I guess it's being made dominant because we're like jumping octaves and stuff here, right? So at this point, he's emphasizing this note multiple times, going up an octave, just a bunch of emphasis on it. And we're also playing E right here, which is a fifth above A, right? So that's all pretty obvious here. And the C as well is just a part of it. This is just all an A minor chord. That's it. How does F sharp fit into that? It doesn't. F sharp is just like, fuck it, some dissonance. And then it just delays out. And then we just give that a fuck ton of delay. So again, I think the way that a lot of this was made wasn't necessarily, at least with how the pauses and stuff work. No, maybe it was literally that, and he's just like, maybe the way it was initially drawn was like this, but then he like cuts it afterwards and he glitches it intentionally. I'm thinking that, or there's like generating a bunch of little like riffs, melodic riffs and ideas, and then cutting them up and splicing them together and stuff. So I don't know. Again, there's no real way to know how the fuck he came up with it, but we can try to recreate the results like directly, right? So it sounds, yeah, it does sound like it's worked. What else does it have? It has kind of it has a crazy transient. It reminds me of like physical modeling for some reason. It's just, I don't know, there's something nutty going on with the transient. It makes it very clicky. Can we just like stab it maybe? Yeah. And then there's a chord here, which sounds maybe wave folded. I'm just gonna keep doing everything with the wavetable. I bet it is velocity modding the time, attack / delay, and maybe a velocity randomizer. Yeah, there's definitely like, there's clearly, you know, randomization involved in the generating of a lot of these ideas, right? In term, like, maybe not clearly, I don't fucking know. I'm just assuming based on how I would approach trying to make something like this and how my stuff would come out. But like, it feels so random, right, to begin with. That bit doesn't sound too random. No, it doesn't sound that random at all. Maybe that bit. This bit here is kind of random, then gets delayed out. But yeah, probably something like that, where you're using like velocity and stuff like that to modify other components of the song, of the sound. I can't articulate myself. And so over here we have another chord, right? I don't know, I'm just assuming... like a sus chord, maybe? I don't know, my brain tells me... I mean, it's super bright, and I want to say it's just like a major 7 or some shit. But... I don't know, my brain says maybe it's a sus chord. I think maybe it's just a power chord. I mean, sus chord sounds pretty good. And who the fuck knows how it was actually made? Let's make it super noisy. Does it sound like there's another higher note? Yeah, no, it's something like that. I don't fucking know. Then we go back to this synth over here. Right? That's an A. I hope. It was not an A. And again, there's so much glitching and stuff going on. Like, again, the way I would do all this, frankly, is like I would just like record all this out into audio and then just do my own glitching and stuff. No, like you. And then like this shit here, and then you can take that. And then what was happening over here? Right? So like that gets glitched over here. That's just, you just go bop. Right? Okay, let's just say we're done with that, because I think we're done analyzing that bit. Now we have a flute coming up. And there's a call and response over here. So flute gets introduced. Let's just do, I guess, just wavetable again. Fuck it. And then wavetable with noise. I think that goes back. Yeah, so we just jump an octave here. That's cool. So again, just a lot of melodic stuff. I mean, is there really isn't a chord being spelled out here. I mean, let's keep in mind what this is playing in E most of the time, E, G. So we are, for the most part, the bass line is playing E minor. You know, I was thinking, okay, this is weird. So the bass line's playing like E minor the whole time, right? We got, right? Right? And there's a passing tone here. I think would you just look at this as a passing tone? I think so. I guess you could say this is like a 13. No, an 11, add 11 or something. This is like E minor add 11 if you were to like consider all these as notes. So we're really in a relative minor, but I'm feeling the song is G major most of the time, at least with the other elements that come in, which is interesting. I think it's because we're hitting G multiple times with you know, the bass. Right. And then let's just go back to this thing over here. So this guy's gonna have larger release, a shit ton of reverb. A little warping. then let's open up the filter a little bit. With envelope 2. What do we play here? Okay, so we're playing minor 7, or the major 7 right there. Alright, and then we'll... This is the first time there's an element that's actually like consistently the same, I feel like, every time, like this little bit here. So this makes me think it's sampled. Makes me think this is a sampled flute like riff or something. It's being used multiple times. Just like, yeah. Wrong synth. Where's the this? Wait, where is the wavetable I'm thinking of? So this is the flute. Call that flute. Oh, it's this guy over here. And that's it. And then, I don't know, a different sound. The drums are also changing up a lot more in this section. Once we start... You know, drums changed up over here too, I didn't even notice. No, the whole time. Okay, the drums were literally just doing that the whole time. Just towards the fill, it's different. I like that as a fill. No, that's something I don't ever do, frankly. I'll often, you know, something I do frequently is like I'll put a kick right before the one, right? For the da-dun, right? But this like doubling of kicks multiple times in this little bit is just kind of interesting. It's just like, it's the same exact kick pattern that was already there, but you're just adding doubled kicks, frankly. One after and one before. Which works. I don't think this guy's right. At least the sound design sucks. I know that. I know that much. It's just missing so much of the actual shit that's good. Something like that. Yeah. Same idea over and over again. All right, there's more call and response there. I don't feel like doing it. And again. Okay, so this is more familiar structure. Basic. All right, let's think about this. We have, you know, drums come in, right? Real fun. We just introduced the saw wave melody, basically. Then over here, there's a little bit more variation. Saw wave melody for 8 bars, or 4 bars, I guess, if we're at 85 BPM. And then a bit more variation. We add a few more sounds, right? And then over here, we have a larger switch up. We also add more drums and shit in this section over here. I did also forget that. So I kind of lost what I was thinking about. Right, so we have the saw wave thing, and then over here we introduce this flute thing. So this is our intro section, really. We're like saying, hey, here's the beat. Then we start expanding on the beat at the same, like we add more percussion, we add a saw wave, then we add a flute that starts interacting with the saw wave. So we're just adding more and more elements. The saw wave is moving out of the way while still staying in the space to give room for the new elements to breathe and interact with each other, right? So you're just like introducing one character after another. They're just walking out in front and saying, hey, what's up, right? And then this happens, and then after all this, then we repeat this whole section again, but with a bit more variation. And then also the looping basic melodies that are happening in the background, you know, like the main guy. Right, that starts, there's more modulation and stuff happening on that. So that sound is transforming also, right? So, I mean, we can just duplicate this whole thing over here. Right, so like on this thing, we can keep this mono and then like, I don't know. It sounds like the release is getting higher and higher. Hey, what's up? What's up, Axon? And I think we just repeat that again. There's more. Wait. Let's go back to. I'm losing interest in trying to one-to-one capture everything, obviously. Now, there's like more fancy chords and jazzy stuff happening, but it's still the same thing of flute, call, and then saw wave response. It's just the same bit. Happens again. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I'm just really dumb. Oh, I just copied that over. Okay, I accidentally just copied that over. Okay, it is still the same thing I just described. Okay. Fucking awesome breakdown. Really cool breakdown. Flute, everything cuts. Flute keeps going for a little bit. It's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, right? And there's also some percussive shit echoing out with the flute. And then we got a guitar added. I think that's wrong. Okay. Oh, no, I'm stupid. I thought I was playing. I was thinking that this was in A major when it wasn't. It's in G major. I'm very dumb. So we're just reverting, we're just inversing. This thing goes D, then A, and this one just goes A and then D. So he does that a lot. He does it a lot. That happened, that was a pattern that happened earlier as well. In one of the earlier elements. I don't remember exactly which one. But also notice that there's a lot of like melodic contour is kind of interesting. You know, it'll like drastically jump down and then it'll jump back up, right? Right? It doesn't keep going one direction. It goes down and then up and swoops back up with like the same kind of fervor, right? So in this section, the melody is now jumping a lot. It's leaping. And so this whole section, it's leaping, right? So it jumps down, jumps up a little bit, then jumps up a fuck ton, and then jumps back down. Anyways, I was trying to find the MIDI earlier that I found where it's like copying. I don't know. Just take my word for it. It happened earlier. Where basically in 2 different variations, a very simple variation is like, you know, we have D to A, and then the next variation you just have A to D in the same spot. You know, melodically, harmonically consistent, sounds good. I think that was wrong. That's what it was. Right, so the flute is repeating that. So once we introduce this flute, we kind of keep this idea of this A-B call and response over and over and over again, right? The A section is just always this flute doing a thing. We do this for 16 bars or whatever, a good chunk of time. 2 sections is repeated with like slight variation. And then the second bit, we have this little 5 for this 4-bar breakdown. And now, instead of it being flute going into the saw wave synth that's glitching out and shit, we're instead going to be going into the like acoustic guitar. The melody changes. So like, what is this? So like, well, what is this melody doing here? Let's try to think. Maybe there's something interesting in terms of the melody. It's not really playing any chords per se. I mean, it might be playing chords with the other elements. So if we highlight the other shit, right? Not that I can really tell, frankly. You know, I mean, they're playing nice intervals. Like this is a 4th, you know, and this is a major 3rd. Yeah. So like again, there's cool counterpoint going on with all the competing voices. So I guess you could consider this is like a G major chord, which we're in G major. And then over here, I don't know. We're just doing counterpoint. I'm not really sure how else to describe it. And then in this section over here, there's not that. Wait, what other elements are playing? Okay, so the bass line changes as well. So that this is a much more drastic change, right? So something like that. Something like that. You think it might be an A Dorian. A does feel like the tonic, yeah. Especially in these earlier sections where where am I? What am I looking for? This bit here? No. There's a part where it's leaping up around A lot. I should have labeled everything better. This was not the most intelligent way to structure this. Where the hell? We have this synth here. This is our bass line. Okay. Oh, here's that one thing I was talking about. You know, we're playing the same interval, but we're just reverting the order. You know, that's something that's frequently done. But I swear, there's some bit where we're like, yeah, we're like octave jumping A's and stuff over here. But it feels like... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's parts there where I really do feel it like it's in G. There's also parts where it really does feel like it's in E. So there's a lot of like modal interchange going on. So like this bit here, yeah, it feels like it's G major in this section for me. Absolutely. But, you know, I guess there's, you know, there's no like correct answer, right? Okay, anyways, we're going over here. Yeah, let's figure out what the fuck's going on over here. There's a really good pigments patch with the guitar in it, so I'm just gonna use that. I don't really have any good acoustic guitar stuff. Guitar, I think it's chilled guitar arpeggio, yes. But I want to make it, I need to make it so that the guitar, they're all the same octave. These will jump around, so I have to edit it. This one's at C5. Yeah, this one has to be at an octave below. And then this guy, C3, needs to be an octave above. It's going to randomly play a different one of these. But no, I see what you're saying, for sure. Like, it feels mostly majorish, but, like, what's interesting is, like... Okay, I guess certain elements, I feel like, are just playing in different modes. The main thing is just playing E minor the whole time, the relative minor, the whole fucking time. But I feel the song is in major, and a lot of the other elements will play... Right? Like this feels like it's kind of a leading tone. Right? That feels like it's in G major. It absolutely does, even though we're just slamming this minor chord the whole time. And another thing that he does, again, with the inverting intervals, right? This goes up, and then over here, it's the same interval, and then it goes down. And then he continues it. Right? That is a repeated motif in this song. Like, that's cool. Yeah, see, this is why dissecting the songs is interesting. Because, like, my ear's really good for figuring out sound design. Like, I can largely figure out on the fly, like, what sound design is going on. And how the sounds are made or how I would make them. But, like, the harmonic analysis and, like, finding patterns that occur throughout the song at different points is very cool. Okay, so this section over here, big switch up. Right? So let's just do a new hip hop sub. Let's drop it a little bit and distort it a little bit and no release. So, okay, it looks like I can't. I'm fucking stupid. I think I was doing that. Right, let's go. Wait, where's my song? So, But yeah, I mean, there's like little dotted quarter note kind of stuff going on, or like mini polymeters and stuff like that. And E is now, the sub bass is resting on E now. Makes it more minor, right? Because we're, you know, tonicizing the relative minor more. Which I think that's what's going on. What the fuck? Oh, this guy's gotta, you gotta go. I need to, And then there's a pause. I'm getting lost in my own project file. It's getting really annoying. And then, I mean, we can make it sound better by doing this. Anyway, we'll just keep that up. And then the response over here is we have the guitar thing, right? So that's a leading tone, so it's F sharp into G, probably. U. Yeah. Why are you different every time? C3 is up 12, C4, C4. Oh, I fucked up. Reset. C5 is down 12. C3 is up 12. There we go. Turn off the sequencer. Same thing again. He's doing the same thing again. We're with inverting intervals. So this chord is now over here. This guy over here. Same thing again. So same song structure, right? So we're keeping this thing up again. It's weird. Oh, I don't want to recreate those sounds too. How do you even do that? What is that? There's a bunch of distortion. And then it sounds like a bass guitar or something going crazy over here. So maybe we can like just reuse this guy and just pitch it down. then maybe we just like saturate the shit out of it. I don't know. Yeah, that's not gonna, that ain't gonna work. We'll do FM synthesis. Yeah, we're for sure in E minor at this point. And that's doing the same bass line thing that the sub bass is doing. Dun, dun, dun. Little dot. Right? Dun, dun, dun. So dotted, right? Right, that's like the rough idea of what's going on. So now we're doing the same thing again. Most of the same ideas are kept. Dun, 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 dun. Is that from before? Okay, so. So that bit is still saved. That is not right at all. Did I really fuck that up? What? Why is it so different? There we go. Okay, right. And then this bit over here. Basically the same thing over again. Did I duplicate the song? Did I fuck up? I did not. Okay, so it's the same thing again. There's more glitches and shit going on in the drums, right? So like remember this guy? Not that guy. This guy? And this guy, we can start like, well, this has to be after here. Right, there's shit like that going on. So we'll turn that down. again, again. So I think we just really like this section. We repeat it for a while. Is that what happens over here? Okay, so we repeat it. This section plays 3 times. And then we have big disco toms. Disco toms, which is really cool. I think just like the incorporation of how many different instruments are playing. We got guitars playing, right? There's flutes, there's guitars, there's synthesizers all working together, all taking their space, right? It's like, well, what kind of feeling, what kind of culture does this evoke? What kind of timbre, you know? I don't know, flutes and guitars are all acoustic and cool. And we just got fucking disco toms, why not? And then we reintroduce, so we're playing new stuff now. I'm running out of steam a little bit. This is surprisingly taxing. I've been doing this for an hour and a half. My God, I didn't expect that. I thought I'd been doing this for a lot shorter than that. But we then reintroduce the saw melody, basically. This tom sound, which is also layered with it, and they're working together. So I imagine there may be hocketing and stuff, like you know, you can take, you know, you have your melody, you're like, this is my fucking melody, and it's from the flute, and then you like be like, oh wait, I want some of it in the guitar section, I want some of it over here, and then both these will play back and forth, right? I think that kind of shit is going on. There's some overarching melody being played, or maybe it's all like glitched and randomized, and it's just randomly selected within a scale. Like the way that this was constructed could have totally just been like done at random, frankly, and then you stitch things together. But I want to say there's probably more thought put into it than just like having an intelligent algorithm play everything together. But yeah, none of them are playing at the same time. They're always taking turns, right? This is just all hockey. And it's kind of just the same thing going on for... filtering the drums. So we have, okay, so we have this extended long section where we're hocketing out multiple different instruments. They're playing the same kind of melodic contour, and you're switching out the instruments every time. They're never overlapping, really. Let's, you know, there's like some glitches and stuff, and we're slowly fading away and filtering out the drums, right? So if we wanted to, I don't know, we got, let's just for the sake of I don't know, the song, right? Us doing this thing, we're gonna slowly filter out the drums over here. Yeah, and this is also, I didn't even realize it. Yeah, my brain is cooked at this point. Right, we're doing this bit again, right? So we're back in the A section. Gotcha. So we bring back in the A section saw wave stuff, right? You know, this all disappears over here. We're into this B section with the flute, and the flute and the guitar are working back and forth. That's not the right chords. How do I... The chords are fucked up, but... Oh, it also plays something else there. Did I not? I must have deleted it. I know I did that at a point. I must have deleted it on accident. I don't know what the fuck I did to it. I was like copying pasting stuff over and I deleted it. Anyways, it doesn't matter that that's not right anymore. The point is, we have this saw wave, this main section over here where we largely just have the like saw wave baseline and it's interacting with this other high pitch, high frequency warped saw wave, right? We have this like really, really warped, brittle, high end saw wave thing here, right? And then we play that for a while, we're switching out different ideas, and then we go into a breakdown. We change modes, so we go into the relative minor, we're playing in fucking E minor at this point. Yes. The sub bass pattern changes, right? And we lose mostly all of the electronic stuff, right? So we go from all synthetic, you know, saw waves out the wazoo into flutes and guitars. There's still a little bit of like synthetic stuff, but you know, the overall timbre changes. And that continues for a good while. In fact, what's also I find interesting is this plays 3 times. I usually stay away from playing things 3 times in a row. It's like always 4 times or 2 times, right? It's like, it's 3 sections of 16, which is kind of odd. And then we go into, there's a big, really dramatic disco tom fill. And then we jump straight back to bringing in all of our saw wave stuff. So there's a whole flute thing there's saw waves, then there's the flute thing, plays for 3 bars, 3 sections, then goes back into the saw waves and shit. But they're doing new patterns and stuff, right? So some of it is preserved. So this wavetable stuff from up here, that bit stays. But there's also the high pitch brittle saw. That thing's now playing new stuff. Like, notice I'm like playing the old saw wave over it. It still fits, right? Because I think we've also, yeah, we've gone back into the previous sub bass pattern as well. So we're playing back in G major, which you can also, as Clark said, was interpreting as like A Dorian. But there's also this weird tom instrument that has been added, that is interplaying with the saw wave. So, I don't know, we start hocketing things. Hawk at me. Right? I guess that would be over here. So, normally, you have like this instrument, and then we can hawk it some random things back and forth. And there's a lot of ways you can do this. Mr. Bill has a really good tutorial on like making Hocket machines. But the idea, I guess, how would I do this tom thing? I mean, I think it's mostly just like, you can just mostly just get a fundamental. We could probably, it's kind of like a snare. And then just white noise layered with it, frankly. I don't fucking know. And then let's move this outside. And we need to make this attack really fast. And stab it. I don't fucking know. It's copying some of this guy, right? This needs a decay out for much longer. Some shit like that. Just... yeah. Right, so this guy is interplaying with this. And then there's also this guy. So that's the neat thing. We also have there's more ambient stuff happening in the background the entire time. I don't know if did I keep that up the whole time? I stopped paying attention to the effects. So did this go away? Like, we have this, like, there's like this background vocal chatter that's been going on the whole time with, like, noise. Right? I mean, they very well might have just removed it in this whole section. It might have just been in this opening section. I don't fucking know. But the point is, I believe it comes back over here. Something I noticed is there's very rarely ever any of the melody playing on the snare. It's a lot of shifted stuff, which is like really smart, honestly, for composition purposes. If you want your master to sound clean in your mix, you know, like the more you don't have any elements interacting with each other, the more clearly you can hear each of them. Said before, the drums start to fade out, right? So it's basically the same section as before. And we start revealing more about this interesting, the tom thing. Obviously, it's a lot more complex than what I did, right? Is used an operator with some noise, right? There's way more going on, and it starts to show here. So it sounds like it's a fuck ton of different samples that are tuned. No, there's just layered samples along with it. A lot of just like Foley impact. Do I have any impact samples? I don't know, we can just grab a bunch of like fucking impacts and just like shove it here. Maybe that's not right. I don't know, just weird Foley. Fuck it. Just a bunch of Foley. Some of it's gonna get all delayed out, and then they're gonna be all cut up and delayed. are placed in the right spots, right? Alright, I clearly didn't do it. Okay, I fucked up massively trying to just drag a bunch of Foley in here. And it also could, yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of drum samples, I guess. It's just a bunch of drum samples that are chopped up. I guess a better way to do it is we could take drum loop. We could take like a whole thing here, right? And then, I don't know, let's just take this MIDI and chuck it here. Let's put this on slice mode. Some shit like that. I don't know. I'm loosely doing it. I think you get the point. I don't feel like trying to get this perfect, but you get it. It sounds like it's a bunch of drums and stuff. Oh wait, let's solo this. So this works as a build up, right? The drums fade. No drums. Okay, so now we're in a C section. This is now playing, this guy is now playing completely new shit. Finally. First time. So what's also interesting about this section is now there's this like, there's a delay applied to it, it sounds like. A really short ping pong delay or something. Not on you, you big old dummy, on you. But not on that. It sounds like it's on the transient. There's some transient being applied to it. So like, let's do that. But delay after. And erosion or something. Well, this guy's. Well, let's unhook these. There's some shit like that going on. Right? And then this is going to a different thing. So we have like a physical modeling synth or something, it sounds like now. So let's just, well, no, it's probably just operator. Doing a sine wave. Da da da. Da da da. Da da. Right? No, that's not right. I don't know. My ear training sucks. And then there's more that this starts like meandering and climbing around and stuff. Which, like, this stuff is super quiet and kind of hard to even hear. Which makes me think more along the lines of this is all, like, generative. Like, a lot of these ideas are all generative with, you know, you just, like, chuck a scale and an arpeggiator into a thing, and then it spits out stuff, and you're like, oh, this sounds good. And there's, like, these quiet bits over here. I don't know, maybe that just makes me hope that's what he's doing, because it's so fucking complex and there's so many instruments and stuff going on. But Zonra's cracked, so I believe it. You know, I was a fifth off of everything, I think. This whole new section. And then now we start, okay, and then it all starts to come together. So we come together with a new synth idea. It's playing different riffs. Let's look at what it's actually doing. Still playing E minor. It's still just playing a bunch of E minor stuff with these passing tones, basically. Yeah. Which is, again, interesting because I hear the song as G major. I really do. But it's got a lot of that. And then we have, it responds. So we have this E minor new melody that responds, or here's a response with this thing, which we can also make the sound a little bit more accurate because it's got like a physical modeling synth or something as a transient, I believe. Why can't I recreate that? I'm just not playing the right fucking... I don't know. I can't do it. My ear is broken. Anyways, that's the whole thing here. Plays for a bit. And then everything comes together, right? So we have all the shit from the A section, and we have all the shit from the B section, and then it all comes together in the C section with a variation on the saw melody, and then we add all the things back together, right? So now this has the flute, it has the guitar, it has the saw wave, the warped saw wave bass that's super brittle and high end, that has like a formant filtery kind of sound on it, right? All of it comes together. Didn't I hear a flute? Yeah. So the flute comes back in for a bit. So there's just like a lot of like pocketing and stuff. So one way you could come together, I suppose, with these ideas right, is we have, where's the flute section? Yeah, so we have like this flute section over here, right? It's like you could have all of this shit on the same line, and then you could just go through and just like, you know, all this is like muted, and you can just go through and find stuff and unmute it. Right? You can just like unmute this, put that here. Again, yeah, it's just call and response, but like now we're adding this flute in the background. With like different fills and stuff like that, which is, yeah. I think that's pretty much the song. Oh, now we get like a slide guitar kind of sound here, which is interesting. I don't know. Add slide guitar. I'm not recreating it. Yeah, you really can hear the ambient background vocals and stuff now that we had before. It for sure is in the second. And then the song just kind of ends pretty easily. It just does a fade out with the melodic synth stuff with the drums gone. Okay, so we pretty much broke down and recreated, for the most part, the song. I got kind of lazy towards the end because holy shit, it's a 6. I didn't realize that the song was 6 minutes long and this would take this long. But interesting stuff. It does a lot of interesting intermodal change stuff in terms of, you know, the key center changing between various different sections. The fact that the main looping saw wave, not that guy, the main looping saw wave, this guy, that guy is just playing an E minor chord over and over and over again. But I end up feeling the song as in major due to the other elements. So we're basically just playing like a 6 chord, I guess, the entire time. Up until we go to this section over here, the B section, where we introduce these other flutes and stuff. So the flute and the guitar play together to work together to create like a new color, as well as we also change keys, right? Which is all super cool. Other interesting things to note is a lot of the variations that Zonra does in the song involves just like inverting like intervals, but like being inverted, literally like upside down. Like he has a perfect fourth like that steps up, and then next variation he'll have one that steps down. I'm struggling to find examples. Like here. It's like the guitar goes up, right? And then over here it goes da da instead of da da, right? So there's just easy little variations right there. That appears throughout the entire song with like all the different layers, pretty much. Which is cool. I'm trying to think of what other cool key takeaways there were. Well, first of all, like the cool shit is just that the drums are fucking wonky, right? Because like you think you know where the 1 is based on where the melody or where the tonic is being played and where the drums are in the intro. But then you get he says fuck you. Actually, the downbeat is going to be in this weird open space in between where all the elements are playing. And so the rhythm itself is really cool. While like percussively, like the drum loop I created, which is, you know, of course, way simpler. Very, very simple, but it's also super complex at the same time, just like rhythmically, just because everything's kind of offset in an interesting way. And a lot of like, yeah, interval jumping stuff, a lot of melodic contour. Like in this section, you know, we have this, right? We have that, play that, and then in the next 4 bars, it does the interval inversion that I just described, right? It switches, but then we start jumping, and so it gets really jumpy. So it goes all the way down, and then it jumps back up. Which is, you know, it's just cool. You're just painting with melody in like multiple different ways and dimensions. There's like glitching and stuff happening throughout, so I tried recreating some of that. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm done. I have been spending 2 hours on this. I didn't even realize. Time went by fucking quick. So, I don't know. I know less of a normal stream today. It's been less interactive, and I've just been doing this thing, but I hope, I don't know, y'all found that interesting or helpful or useful. I don't know, I find it, at the very least, it's interesting, gives you ideas, and can break you out of molds and stuff like that. Especially the like more harmonic analysis, because I feel like my ear is really good for like, I can just listen to music and figure out, oh shit, I was looking at the wrong chat for a hot minute. I didn't even realize there were Twitch chatters. I'm a terrible streamer. Oh my god. I'm just the absolute worst. Anyways, my ear for sound design is really good, and I can just like dissect music on the fly when I'm listening to it, but harmonically it's much of a bigger struggle. So doing this like dissection in terms of like figuring out modally what's going on and what the different instruments are and the orchestration and how you have different instruments talk to each other, I think is all interesting. Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll probably do this again at some point. Maybe like a weekly thing. Maybe I'll do it more often. But there's a lot to learn from it for sure. And I've like for instance, I learned how to write music in like 3/4 and 5/4 just by transcribing songs I like that are in 3/4 and 5/4, and just figuring out like how the drums work. You know, really cool. Yeah. Highly recommend y'all do this on your own with songs that you love as well. It is a really good exercise. Yeah. Okay. Was fun. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I will probably be back again tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, that means fucking Fallout is airing tonight, right? I think so. Oh boy. I cannot wait. All right, I'll catch y'all later.